Wandering through memory lane. This little item known as Joe Franklin Remembers. We're getting a big reaction. I want to talk about a lady that I wrote the radio program for several years. I was the writer of a program called Kate Smith Sings, and I chose the records and she would talk about the records, and I wrote the liner notes for, in my day, for 100 albums, but I wrote liner notes for this album called Kate Smith, When the Moon Comes Over the Mountain. That's Kate Smith. In fact, her theme song was When the Moon Comes Over the Mountain. She began in vaudeville, believe it or not, on the Broadway stage as a big, fat lady. They called her Tiny Little, and they all made fun of her. They kicked her up in the air, they bounced her around, and it was embarrassingly horrible until, and that show was called Honeymoon Lane in 1926, and the phone rang just now, and this year. Hello? Yeah, John, I'm talking to 60 minutes, give me 15 minutes. And there was one man in the audience who really felt so much empathy, felt so sorry for Kate Smith. Didn't like the way she was being kidded because of her weight. Ted Collins became her lifelong manager. Their entire contract was just a handshake, And he guided her career. He molded it until she became the number one star in radio, making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a week in the days when the man who made $8 a week was considered a big success. So she was a superstar. Kate Smith, in about 1940, was approached by President Roosevelt when he was having lunch with the King and Queen of England. And they said, "What is America?" Roosevelt said, "King, Queen, Kate Smith, she is America." And in a way she was, because she needed a song for her program one Armistice Day. She called her old friend Irving Berlin. She said, "Irving, what do you got for me? I need something new, something different, something patriotic for Memorial Day, for Armistice Day." He went into his old trunk and pulled out a song that he had discarded many years ago because didn't like it. The song was called God Bless America. She sang it one time on the air as a little bit of a fill-in. It became the most successful song in the entire history of radio and TV, to this day, which still is. It's played all over the world at every sporting event. And there's still, to this day, people campaigning to make that our national anthem, God Bless America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night, with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairie to the ocean's white perform, God Bless America, my home sweet home. That was the song that Kate Smith introduced from an old leftover trunk written by Irving Berlin way back when. She is to this day the most continually still selling recording star. She made hundreds and hundreds of records, hundreds of every. In those days, there was no segmentized audience the way it is today. There was not like 57 divisions. There was one division that was Kate Smith singing a song on the radio. The very next day, that song would sell untold, endless copies of sheet music. She was the symbol. She was a beloved lady. And the fact that they used to make fun of her at the beginning, and some people would call her the songbird of the Stout. Billy was the songbird of the South. In my mind, there's only one. Never will be another Kate Smith. She packed Carnegie Hall. She had her own TV show when TV was young. Again, Joe Frank remembering Kate Smith, the one and only, the first lady of song, the songbird of the South. See you soon. Next time. Stay well. Joe Franklin Remembers. I'll be remembering with you everybody. Jack Bendy, Eddie Gander, Al Jolson, Rudy Valley, Kate Smith, Bob Hope. Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney, the golden age of show business, Betty Davis, everybody, and they'll give you everything in the way of behind the scenes, behind the screens, what happened on stage, backstage, in various stages of their lives. It'll be most compelling, exciting, fascinating. I'm looking forward to doing it, and I'll be proving it with you, and for your mommies and daddies, that everything old is new again. So you'll be watching for me and Joe Franklin Remembers. Memory lane, as it was meant to be, the best of the past. The past is not passé. We'll be reminiscing all through these next many, many years. Let's be in touch as we present. Listen to the reminiscing. Thank you so much.